Have you ever noticed them? The child sitting quietly at the edge of the room, watching more than speaking, absorbing more than expressing. While the world rushes past them, adults often label them as shy, slow, or withdrawn, without realizing that something far deeper is happening beneath that silence. Psychology tells us that quiet children aren't empty spaces. They're full worlds, just moving at a different rhythm. The psychology of a shy child isn't about weakness or lack of confidence. It's about a nervous system that processes the world more deeply, more carefully, and with greater intensity. Research shows that what looks like hesitation is often advanced awareness, emotional sensitivity, and a brain that's wired for observation rather than immediate reaction. Let's dive into what's really going on. Psychology says that shy children often have a highly sensitive nervous system. This means their brains pick up far more information from their surroundings than others do. Sounds, expressions, tones of voice, and subtle emotional shifts all register at once. When too much information floods the brain, it naturally pauses to process it all. This pause is often mistaken for fear or insecurity, when in reality, the child is just regulating the stimulation and protecting their emotional balance. It's the same way an adult might step back from a chaotic situation to think clearly. This sensitivity leads to another powerful tool: observational learning. Research shows that many shy children rely heavily on this method, meaning they prefer to watch before they act. Their brain does this to reduce uncertainty and increase safety. So, instead of jumping into a situation blindly, they study the patterns, the rules, and the potential outcomes first. This is precisely why shy children often surprise adults later on with their sharp insights, strong judgment, and remarkable emotional intelligence. They have already mapped the room in their mind long before they say a single word. Another key concept here is what psychology calls self-focused attention. This is when the brain turns inward to monitor its own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Shy children experience this more strongly than others. When they enter a social situation, their brain immediately starts analyzing how they're being perceived by others. This increases internal pressure and makes spontaneous speech much more difficult. It's important to understand this isn't a flaw. It's a protective response, shaped by both temperament and past experiences. If you were once a quiet child yourself, this pattern might feel deeply familiar. Attachment theory also plays a crucial role. Children who feel safest in predictable, emotionally attuned environments may naturally hesitate in unfamiliar social spaces. Psychology shows that this hesitation decreases when the child feels accepted rather than pushed. Forcing social behavior can actually activate threat circuits in the brain, making them withdraw even more. On the other hand, gentle validation and understanding activate trust circuits, allowing their confidence to grow naturally over time. It's about creating a safe base from which they can explore the world at their own pace. Modern temperament research backs this up, showing that introversion and shyness are often biologically influenced traits, not bad habits that need to be corrected. When adults label quietness as a problem, the child's brain begins to associate self-expression with danger and disapproval. But when their silence is respected, their brain learns that it's safe to be themselves. This builds a foundation of self-trust, which leads to stronger, more authentic confidence later in life. In fact, many of the most resilient, thoughtful, and creative adults were once that quiet child nobody quite understood. So, if you see a child who is quiet, remember, it doesn't mean they lack something. It often means they carry more inside than they know how to release just yet. Psychology reminds us that true growth doesn't come from pressure. It comes from permission. It comes from being seen without being forced, and from knowing that silence is not absence, it is preparation. They are building a rich inner world, and when they are ready, they will share it. If this resonated with you, or if it reminded you of someone you know and love, remember that understanding changes outcomes. When we change how we see the shy child, we change how they see themselves, and that single shift in perspective can shape an entire life. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the human mind. See you next time.